So what I'm doing now is I've basically gone to Tesco and I've asked for some cardboard. They could be in box form or flat pack form or just completely desecrated form. So they looked really baffled by it, but we've got to save this this cardboard from being actually use it for a good cause. So what I'm doing is I'm taking it to the farm, to the garden, to the microcosmic ecoversity, and I'm basically turning that cardboard into beds with the compost. So have a look. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's learn how to recycle. You can do all types of things with cardboard and other such things. And I'm actually going to put it into my car boot. I've already got a boot's worth, so I'm going to actually put it into my back seat. So I'm in the car now. Front seat's packed up with cardboard boxes or cardboard. Back seat's packed up and the boot's packed up. So I've got an entire car full of cardboard, and that's going to be turned into good soil. And that good soil is actually the heart of any garden or any ecosystem. So that's where life is just abundant, and abundant life springs forth from, man. So soil's real important. So I'm out here in nature, got my cardboard, got my wood chip and the wheelbarrow, which I'll touch on in a little while. But just a little bit of trivia for you actually. Nature has the same etymological root as nativity, native, natal, nation. That word is nasi, which means to be born. So ultimately, whenever you're in nature, you're in the womb. You're reconnecting with the womb that brought you forth. And the word trivia is actually a bit of a misnomer because there's nothing trivial about that information right there. Ultimately speaking, we need to connect with the womb or the matrix, which is ultimately the real matrix, and we've been conditioned and programmed by the fake matrix. But you know what, I got to get back to business here, so I'll touch base with you in a second. So before creating a bedding system for your crops, you've actually got to, in any and all cases when you're dealing with soil, you've got to identify what type of soil you have, what type of texture it has, what type of pH levels, nutrient levels. So what you do, and what we have done, is dug a soil profile pit, which looks like this. So this is it here. So it's about a spade and a half deep. And what you're looking at is you're looking at the different soil horizons or different soil layers to identify what type of soil you have, as I say. And then also you want to identify what macroorganisms you have in there, such as earthworms and spiders, centipedes and other macroorganisms. And then you want to take a sample of it, which is what we're going to do and what we have done. And then you'll basically look at the what type of microorganisms that you've got in that sample. So that could be bacteria, good bacteria, fungi, mycorrhizal, like loads of different microscopic life forms, which basically determine what type of soil you have, whether it's good to be planted in or whether it needs to be restructured and stuff like that. So there's a lot that goes into creating a good bedding system for crops, for them to flourish. So before putting down your cardboard on your soil, you want to ensure that it's not got any tape on it or anything like that, because that is, by tape I mean brown tape or sellotape or anything like that, because it's not an inorganic material, or it's an inorganic material, it's not actually going to decompose, it's just going to stay in your soil, whereas cardboard actually decomposes and is going to act as a good carbon-based surface layer for the soil to improve its structuring and stuff like that. So cardboard is very, very important in this regard. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to basically lay cardboard on the beds, but I'm actually creating the paths now. And what the paths will need on top of them is wood chip. Wood chip, although it's an organic material, it's a lot more substantial, durable and robust. So that will basically decompose a lot slower, and that will act as our distinctive pathway, as opposed to the beds. You will, in some cases, put wood chip on the beds depending on what you're growing there. But in this case, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using organic matter or compost for our beds, which is the best source of nutrition for the soil. It is what microorganisms love, soil life. Done as much as I can do today. So that's as much wood chip as I got down. but we'll be back this week to finish this off.